Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abhishek and today in this video we are going to talk about longest substring without repeating characters. Let's understand the question. The question says that given a string is find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. So what do we need to what the question says over here that we are given a string is. Let's say the string be ABC ABC BB and all we need to find is the longest substring which is containing only distinct characters. For example, we can see for this example ABC is the string which contains 1a, 1b and 1c, and therefore and its length is 3, and so its output is 3. Now let's understand the problem with more examples. So let's understand this problem with an example. Let's say that we take a string s as A, B, C, A, B, C, B, B. Now over here we can see that if we start from A, now A is the only character, so it can be the it can be the answer. So next we check for AB. Now we found that AB is also unique. Each character in the string AB is also unique. Then we go to ABC. So it's like ABC is also containing one character each. But when you reach to A, we found that A is already repeated, right? So up to here, the maximum substring the substring which without repeating characters is actually 3. But let's say that we move ahead and we can start from saying like BCA, and we found that it is also containing all the unique characters, right? But when we move to B, again B is repeated over here. So then we start from C. Then we see that C is also getting repeated twice, right? So we start from A again. So like A B C B, but B is repeated over here. So then we are starting from C, and finally again B is repeated, and finally we come to the end of the array. So the brute force solution for this problem is that what we can do is that we can take each substring, like we can take at first we can take A, then we can take AB, right, and then we can take ABC. Yeah, like this way we go to the end of the string, right, and we check whether that string contains the unique characters or not. If it contains the unique characters, then we are gonna check whether its length is greater than the previous length which is stored in our answer, and then we are gonna check for B, and then we are gonna check for BC and BCA. Like this way, we'll go ahead, right? Let's understand this question. So the time complexity for this algorithm is bigger of n square because we are traversing through the loop twice, while the space complexity is bigger of n because we will require a map, or another map to store to know whether the character is already visited or not, right? We can however optimize this time complexity to big of n. Let's see how we can do this. Let's understand this problem with another example. Let's say that we have a string like A, B, C, B, then A, right? So in this string, the maximum length will be our, it can be like ABC, right? That is 3, or it can also be like CBA, right? It is also containing the same length, right? So if we like how we're gonna get this answer in linear time complexity. So let's take this understand this. Let's see how we can solve this using time complexity of big of n. For this we will be requiring a map. and another map which takes a big of 1 for insertion and deletion. So currently we will be having our I starting from 0, right? So our I will be at position A. So and then we are going to store A as A comma 1, right? Because that is the position of A. So now we will increment the value of I by 1. Now the I is at position B, right? So next we are gonna have store B as 2 because that's the position of 2. And then again we are going to increment the value of I by 1, that is 2, right? Currently it will be at position of C. Now C, we're going to store the value position of C as C comma 3. Now again we are going to increment the value of I by 1, that it will be 3. Then now it will be pointing to B, right? Now we found that B is already present in our map, right? So so when we find that B is already present, at that time we are going to update our answer. So answer will be currently our value of I is at 3, right? So 3 minus B, that is 2 minus 1, and this would give me the length of the string which doesn't contain any repeating characters, right? Now again we are going to increment the value of, before that we are going to update the value of B as B comma 4, right? And we are going to delete this. Now, when we are at position 4, there's the calculator, and now the I is currently at position A, right? But A is already present in our map. So if we go by our previous rule, that is we are gonna do like 4 minus 1 minus 1, right? Then it would give me 4, right? But over here we found that B is repeated twice. So how can our answer be 4? So in order to avoid this problem, what we're going to do is that we're going to take a low variable, yeah, which will be currently storing 0, right? So when I is at 0, so low is also at 0, low is remain 0. When it is at 1, low will again remain 0. When it is at 2, it will remain 0. But when it is at 3, then low is going to get updated, right? Updated to 2, right? That is, we are going to take the max of 0 comma 2, right? And so when it is at 4, what we're going to do is that instead of subtracting I, that is 4, right, with the position of A, we are going to then we are going to do 4 minus 2, and if we find the maximum of like 3, which we have already get previously, like 3 comma 2, then the max value is 3, right? And that's the answer. So the time complexity for this algorithm is big of n because we are traversing through the loop once time, right? One time we are just traversing. And while the space complexity is also big of n because we are using an extra space over here in order to store the indices of each of the characters, right? So now let's get to the, so we have at first taken a variable low which is initially initialized to 0. We have also taken a variable length which is also initialized to 0. And then we have taken another map as MP, which is where we have character as our key while integer is the value. And then we are traversing through the loop starting from I equals to 0 to s dot length, where s dot length is the index of the last character in our string. So inside the loop we are checking whether our character is already present in our map or not. If it is present, then we have to update the length as max of length comma I minus low, where low is currently initialized to 0. Then we have to update the low also as the max of low comma mp of s of I, where mp of s of I is containing the position of each of the character in the string. So after that we have to update the position of the characters as I plus 1, where I is the index. So outside the loop we have to do another, we have to again update the length, that is length is equals to max of length comma s dot length minus low, right? Because let's say that we have a string like abc def. Here the length is 6, right? So that is the length of abcdef, right? So in order to accept such so in order to get the output of such input, we have written this statement, and then we are gonna return the length, that is the length of the max string containing non-repeating characters. Since we have taken a map over here, so the space complexity is big of n, and we are traversing through the loop only once, right? So the time complexity is big of n too. So that's all for today. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and see you in our next video. Thank you.